Here you will see the process we call the milling. It's a process I love, a process I consider very valuable and try to include in every workshop I do if I have the time and space. I like the variety that it gives to the workshop, tempo and structure. Whereas in the open sentences, we had people sitting still and talking. Here, by contrast, in the milling, we have people walking around and not talking. And that very movement loosens things. And the fact of not talking, the silence, is of inestimable importance. Because what you see it does, of course, is that it relieves people of the need to be thinking about what they're going to say. They're brought into contact, but they're brought into a kind of contact that's very expectant and attentive, where you're not distracted by the point you want to make. You can do it with any number. You can do it with a group workshop of 8 people or 80, and I've done it with over 100, as long as the voice carries. The timing of where you put it in the workshop can be any time, but I kind of like to put it early on. Sometimes it's an icebreaker or right after the introductions. People have been sitting still. They've been sitting during the overview and the introductions. Get them up and move them around, and they can just stand and come up close to people they've been hearing from across the room. It can also be, I often put it at the beginning of that second part of the work of honoring our pain for the world, because the process of standing in recognition of the wondrousness of being alive and of this person's circumstances that you're facing opens you to the depth of apprehension of our situation, and also depths of gratitude and respect that are very opening, I find, to leading into the despair work, the honoring our pain for the world. And then, as you will see, the facilitator guides with spoken words that give cues for what the people can entertain in their minds as they view each other. The facilitator makes clear that he is the only one talking. And so everybody is quiet and listen to that. And these guidelines of what you can say, these cues, are provided in the book, Coming Back to Life. This also permits, as you can imagine, a lot of variation in what is said according to what the group is, who the people are, and what the setting is. And I can bring in then, as you can, situations, elements of the situation that these people are in, whether it's a given locality or neighborhood or enterprise or business or activist organization, the kind of challenges they're meeting, the kind of dangers they're facing. What's carrying you as facilitator here, and I know this will arise spontaneously, is a sweetness of regard, that your primary thrust coming forward in you as you leave the milling is one of appreciation. And you're inviting everyone to share in that appreciation of what we are capable of bringing forth in this dangerous time. Okay, now, in the Work That Reconnects, from the beginning, there has been an old sort of staple exercise that involves us moving around and not talking, and we use this in different forms, and some of you have led it yourself, and it's called the milling. In Germany, it's called mitten im Leben, but you imagine yourself on a hurried street, and you're like, I'm just hired you with a lot of extras for a movie I'm doing on Times Square. So you come out and you mill around, and you can let your eyes, you need to let your eyes go out of focus a little bit so you won't bump. And if you find you're all going in one direction, turn and move back upstream, so to speak. So now you find yourself in front of somebody and take their right hand in yours. And if you're looking for a partner, put your hand up there. Okay, just as an opportunity to be present in a way that talking and listening even doesn't allow you. Just, whole body presence. That you are standing in the presence of a person who has made the choice to come here to this intensive, taking 12 days out of their life. And that's not easy to do. They've made the arrangements, they've found the money, they've broken free of commitments, they have made it here. And they're doing this not for the sake of suddenly increasing their income generating capacities or getting rich quick, but to enter into training for taking part in the healing of our world. Just notice that. Here is someone who, and in the processes yesterday and in their life, have given words to their love for this world. And there's that love for this world that has brought them here as one of the reasons, at least, that they're here. So feel your respect for the choice they've made. And bow. And take your leave of them in any way that feels appropriate. And we will continue to circulate. The milling goes on. And again, you find yourself in front of somebody. And you might take both their hands in yours and raise your hand if you're looking for a partner. Okay. You're looking into the eyes of someone who knows very well what is happening to our world. The person in front of you knows what's happening to our brother-sister species, to the animals, to the factory farms, knows what is happening to the forests and the seas, has some idea. They live with that knowledge, and they do not look away. That's why they're here. You're looking into the face of someone who knows what happened 60 years ago. What great military power dropped nuclear devices on 2 great cities. And they've lived with this knowledge ever since, at some level of their consciousness. And at some level of their awareness, they know that we're preparing to do it again, only thousands of times worse. They live with this knowledge, and they have not let it close them down. They have not let it kill their life, their love for life, and their hope for life. And that's why they're here too. So feel your gratitude for the spirit and the big heart of this person. And bow to them. And take your leave of them in any way that feels right to you. And now we move on again. And again, you find yourself in front of someone. And again, this time, take their right hand in yours, and as soon as you grasp it, close your eyes so that all your attention can go into the sensation of touch. What you are holding is unique and it is alive. You might take both your hands to flex it and turn it and feel it. Notice with great curiosity, almost as if you had come from outer space on a research mission to understand the dominant species on this planet.